today, what I want to show you is a new product from Annova. It's actually built by one of our partners called Plantry, which is a subsidiary of the Annova group. And Plantry is a company based in Berlin that's got a lot of experience in dealing with a lot of new ways of looking at social media feeds and combining that with open media content. So what I'd like to do is show you what we've created and talk you through some of the capabilities of that new product. I've just logged into the dashboard here, and you'll see a lot of different things on the dashboard. And we use this term dashboard quite a lot because going forward, people are going to be using products in very different ways, not in a very old-fashioned, heavy, enterprise-level software. They're going to be working in much more lighter, dashboard-type ways with widgets and information available to them in much more modern and interesting ways and Web 2.0, 3.0 type ways, right? So let's look at what we've got here. On this dashboard, I've got a list of the different types of dashboards I've got. My first dashboard, YouTube, our editorial dashboard. And within those dashboards, I have a list of all the different widgets that I can embed into that dashboard. A widget is effectively a list of information from a third-party system. In this case, we have access to all the Facebook feed widgets, so we can aggregate and gather content from Facebook or from Google+. Including other sources from the likes of Instagram or YouTube, or even the conversations, the chat and messages that go on between the business discussing the stories of the day for the newsroom. So all in all, I can see all the information from open media and all the information from social media in one place. So let's go into one of these dashboards and have a look at what we've got here. And this dashboard is a very simple view of various different sources that I can see in one place. So this little Twitter image is showing me that I've got different types of Twitter sources based on some search that I've done for Hillary Clinton, for example. But then I have other Twitter searches about never forget. And so I can see different types of Twitter sources, Twitter lists of content coming in here that are interesting for me. But I can also see all the agency feeds that are coming into the business. So I can see all the agency feeds, which normally would only sit inside the newsroom. But here, I can actually see them inside a dashboard. So I don't even have to be in the office. I can be online. I can be remotely working and see all these sources. On top of that, I can see all the story bins. Now, the story bins is really the most important part here because it's the place where I can start to aggregate information from third-party places into the stories of the day. So if I open up one of these stories, for example, the birthday of Prince Daniel, so I can actually click on this story and see that there's interesting content in there already. But the great thing about this is, if I could just look at some of these tweets, I can start to grab these tweets and add it to the stories of the day. Now, what I'm doing there is helping my colleagues who are probably working in the office to augment the knowledge and information associated with that story, which is now giving them a much richer understanding of what the social media sphere is saying about this specific story, which is great for everybody. It's collaborative, it's useful, it's an engaging way of dealing with new content and media in order to give journalists and editorial teams better ways of working with the newsroom.